Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to welcome you all today. Today's presentation is titled, U.S. FDA Certification for Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Facilities. We'll be exploring what it takes to achieve FDA certification, why it matters, and the key steps involved in the process. So, let's dive in and get started. Let's start by understanding what the U.S. FDA is. The United States Food and Drug Administration, or US FDA, is the key regulatory body in the U.S. responsible for ensuring that pharmaceuticals, biologics, medical devices, food products, and cosmetics are safe, high quality, effective, and secure for consumers. For pharmaceutical companies, obtaining US FDA approval isn't just a bureaucratic step, it's essential. Without it, exporting medicines to the U.S. market becomes extremely challenging, if not impossible. Now, why is U.S. FDA certification so important? First, it provides access to the lucrative and highly competitive U.S. pharmaceutical market. Being approved by the FDA can open doors to new opportunities and growth. Second, it offers international recognition of your manufacturing quality. When your products meet FDA standards, it signals to the world that your manufacturing processes are top-notch, reliable, and compliant with strict regulations. Third, achieving FDA approval means your company complies with Global Good Manufacturing Practices, or CGMP, which are international standards for quality assurance. And finally, having FDA certification boosts your credibility in the eyes of customers, partners, and regulators worldwide, helping you expand your export opportunities and strengthen your market position. So, as we see, FDA approval is a crucial milestone on the path to global success in the pharmaceutical industry. Let's talk about the main objectives of US FDA certification. First and foremost, the goal is to ensure that pharmaceutical products are safe and effective. This is critical because it directly impacts patient health and trust in the medicines they rely on. Another key point is verifying compliance with current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP. These are the standards that manufacturers must follow to maintain quality and consistency in their production processes. We also want to prevent contamination, errors, and quality failures. These issues can compromise product safety and efficacy, so strict controls and monitoring are essential. Proper documentation and traceability are equally important. They help us track every step of the manufacturing process, which is vital for accountability, and in case any issues arise later on. And of course, protecting public health is the ultimate goal. Through rigorous regulatory oversight, the FDA ensures that only safe, effective, and high-quality medicines reach the market. Now, why is this so important overall? Well, U.S. FDA approval is recognized worldwide as one of the highest standards. It sets a benchmark for quality that many other countries look up to, making it a key indicator of a facility's credibility and commitment to excellence. Let's take a closer look at the key regulatory authorities involved in the pharmaceutical industry. First, we have the U.S. FDA. They play a crucial role by conducting inspections and regulatory reviews to ensure products meet safety and efficacy standards. They also approve pharmaceutical facilities and products specifically for the U.S. market, making sure everything aligns with strict regulations. Next, in India, there's the CDSCO, which stands for the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. This is the main regulatory authority in India, responsible for ensuring that pharmaceutical companies comply with Indian regulations. Their oversight helps maintain safe and effective medicines within the country. Then we have the state FDA, which operates at a more local level. They grant manufacturing licenses to facilities and conduct on-site good manufacturing practice inspections to verify that standards are being maintained at the ground level. Finally, at the core, there's the pharmaceutical manufacturer itself. They hold the responsibility for maintaining CGMP compliance and robust quality systems. Essentially, they are the ones ensuring that every batch of medicine produced adheres to the highest quality standards, which is vital for patient safety and product integrity. All of these authorities work together as part of the larger regulatory ecosystem to ensure medicines are safe, effective, and of high quality across different markets. Now, let's take a closer look at the responsibilities of the U.S. FDA. Their key role is to review pharmaceutical applications to ensure that new drugs meet safety and efficacy standards before they reach the market. They also conduct facility inspections, which means they visit manufacturing sites to verify that operations are running properly. A critical part of their job is to verify compliance with current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP, to ensure products are consistently produced to quality standards. In addition, the FDA monitors the quality and safety of products once they're on the market, making sure they continue to meet safety standards. If any violations are found, they have the authority to issue warning letters or import alerts to protect consumers. Ultimately, they approve products for the U.S. market, making sure only safe and effective medicines are available to the public. Now, shifting to their regulatory focus, the FDA emphasizes the importance of data integrity. This means that all the information supporting a product's safety and effectiveness must be accurate and trustworthy. Documentation accuracy is equally vital. Every record must be precise and complete. They also prioritize strong quality management systems within manufacturing processes to maintain high standards consistently. Lastly, they adopt a risk-based approach to manufacturing controls, focusing their oversight where potential risks are greatest. All these responsibilities and focus areas are interconnected, ensuring that the products Americans rely on are safe, effective, and of high quality. Now, let's take a closer look at the responsibilities of the CDSCO and state FDA. The Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, or CDSCO, plays a crucial role in approving pharmaceutical manufacturing activities across India. They also coordinate with international regulatory agencies, which helps ensure our standards are aligned globally. Additionally, they monitor compliance with good manufacturing practices, or GMP, at the national level to maintain quality and safety. On the other hand, the state FDA has its own set of important responsibilities. They grant manufacturing licenses to facilities, conduct routine inspections to ensure ongoing compliance, and make sure that local facilities adhere to Schedule M and GMP requirements. Essentially, they ensure that the manufacturing environment remains safe and compliant at the ground level. Now, why is all this important? Well, these regulatory authorities provide vital support for facilities that are preparing for international inspections, such as U.S. FDA audits. Their oversight helps ensure that Indian pharmaceutical companies meet global standards, which is key for maintaining trust and expanding our reach in international markets. So, these responsibilities are not just about regulation. They're about building confidence and ensuring quality at every step. Now, let's talk about eligibility for U.S. FDA certification. First, it's important to understand which pharmaceutical facilities are eligible. This includes manufacturing units that produce tablets and capsules, as well as sterile injectable facilities. Additionally, API manufacturing units, which are responsible for producing the active pharmaceutical ingredients, also qualify. Biotechnology and biologics facilities are part of this eligibility group too, along with contract manufacturing organizations, or CMOs, that handle production on behalf of other companies. Moving on to the basic requirements, there are several key factors that these facilities must meet. First, having a valid manufacturing license is essential. This proves the facility is authorized to operate. Then, the infrastructure must be compliant with current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP, which ensures quality and safety throughout the production process. Qualified personnel are also critical. Staff must have the necessary training and expertise to maintain high standards. Quality control and quality assurance systems are fundamental to monitor and ensure product quality consistently. Lastly, proper documentation and validation systems are vital. They provide a clear record of processes, and help verify that manufacturing procedures are followed correctly. All these elements come together to create a robust foundation that meets FDA standards and ensures safe, effective pharmaceutical products. This is a key part of the overall goal, to protect consumers and uphold the integrity of the healthcare system. All right, let's walk through the application process for US FDA approval. First, companies need to submit an application, which could be an ANDA or abbreviated New Drug Application, if they're seeking approval for a generic drug. If it's a new, innovative drug, then they submit an NDA, the New Drug Application. There's also the Drug Master File, or DMF, which provides detailed information about the manufacturing process or facilities. Next, manufacturing facilities must register with the FDA electronically. This step ensures that the facilities are compliant and ready to produce the drug responsibly. Finally, companies need to submit supporting documents. These include the Site Master File, which offers a comprehensive overview of the facility. Validation reports show that equipment and processes work correctly. Stability studies demonstrate that the product remains effective over time. Batch manufacturing records provide detailed production data. And of course, standard operating procedures and quality manuals outline the company's quality practices. All these steps are essential to ensure that the drug is safe, effective, and of high quality before it reaches consumers. Now, let's talk about pre-inspection preparation, specifically the internal readiness activities that companies should focus on before an inspection. First, mock audits are incredibly valuable. They help simulate the inspection environment and identify any gaps in compliance ahead of time. Next, a thorough documentation review ensures that all records are accurate, complete, and readily accessible, which is critical during an actual inspection. Employee training is also essential. Well-trained staff can confidently demonstrate their understanding of procedures and standards, reducing the risk of noncompliance. Corrective and preventive actions, or CAPA, should also be addressed. Reviewing past issues and ensuring they've been effectively resolved helps demonstrate a commitment to continuous improvement. Additionally, equipment qualification checks verify that all equipment is functioning properly and meets required standards, which is vital for data integrity and product quality. Now, moving on to the areas that are commonly reviewed during inspections. Data integrity is at the top of the list. Inspectors want to see that data is accurate, complete, and unaltered. Laboratory controls are also closely examined to ensure that testing methods and validations are properly implemented. Deviation handling is another critical area. It's important to show that deviations are documented, investigated, and appropriately addressed. Change control systems are reviewed to confirm that any modifications to processes or equipment are properly evaluated and approved before implementation. Lastly, environmental monitoring is assessed to ensure that the manufacturing and testing environments are maintained under controlled conditions, supporting product quality and compliance. Overall, these preparation activities and focus areas are interconnected. They all serve to demonstrate that your organization is committed to quality, compliance, and readiness for the inspection. Now, let's take a look at the different types of inspections conducted by the US FDA. First, we have the pre-approval inspection, or PAI, which occurs before a new product is approved to ensure everything is in order. Then there's the routine surveillance inspection, which happens regularly to monitor ongoing compliance. Additionally, there are for-cause inspections, initiated when there's a specific concern or suspicion that needs investigation. It's important to understand that the duration of these inspections can vary quite a bit. Depending on the size and complexity of the facility, an inspection might last several days. Larger, more complex operations naturally require more time for thorough review. Now, regarding the overall FDA inspection process, inspectors focus on several key activities. They evaluate manufacturing operations to ensure products are made consistently and safely. They scrutinize quality systems to verify that proper procedures are in place and followed. Laboratory controls are checked to confirm that testing methods are valid and reliable. Validation activities are reviewed to ensure processes produce expected results consistently. Documentation practices are examined closely because accurate and comprehensive records are vital. Lastly, inspectors look at data integrity to make sure all information is complete, accurate, and unaltered. All these activities are crucial because they help maintain the integrity of the manufacturing process and ensure that products meet the highest standards of safety and quality. This comprehensive approach ultimately helps protect public health and ensures compliance across the industry. Now, let's take a closer look at inspection observations and FDA forms. When inspectors identify deficiencies during their review, they typically issue what's called an FDA Form 483. This form lists the observations they've made, and it's an important tool for communication between the FDA and the manufacturer. Some common observations we see include incomplete documentation, which can lead to gaps in traceability or compliance. Poor data integrity practices are another frequent issue. This undermines the reliability of the data that supports product quality. Inadequate cleaning validation is also a concern, as it can increase the risk of contamination. And improper deviation handling can cause issues if deviations aren't properly documented or addressed. Once these observations are noted, the company is responsible for responding appropriately. That means submitting corrective action plans within the specified timeline set by the FDA. This step is crucial because it demonstrates the manufacturer's commitment to addressing the issues and maintaining compliance. Overall, understanding these forms and observations helps us see how the FDA monitors and enforces quality standards, which is essential for ensuring product safety and compliance throughout the manufacturing process. Let's walk through an example scenario involving an Indian injectable manufacturing company that underwent a US FDA inspection. This helps illustrate how these inspections can unfold in real-world situations. During the inspection, the team found that the sterile manufacturing controls were actually adequate, which is a positive sign. Additionally, the environmental monitoring records were satisfactory, showing that the environment was maintained properly for sterile production. However, despite these good points, they identified some concerns related to data integrity, specifically in laboratory records. This is a critical issue because accurate and reliable data are essential for ensuring product quality and compliance. In response, the company took corrective actions. They upgraded their electronic audit trail systems to improve data tracking and security. They also provided additional GMP training to employees to reinforce proper procedures and awareness. Moreover, they implemented CAPA, or corrective and preventive action procedures, to systematically address the root causes of the issues. The good news is that, through these measures, the facility was able to resolve the observations effectively. They maintained their compliance with US FDA standards, which is the ultimate goal. This example underscores the importance of a proactive approach to inspection findings, addressing issues promptly and thoroughly to ensure continuous compliance and uphold product quality. Now, let's take a look at the potential outcomes after an inspection in terms of certification and regulatory decisions. First, there's NAI, which stands for No Action Indicated. This simply means that no major deficiencies were observed during the inspection. It's a positive sign, indicating the facility is generally in good shape. Next, we have VAI, or Voluntary Action Indicated. This outcome points to minor deficiencies that need correction, but they are not critical issues. It's an opportunity for the facility to improve and ensure full compliance. Then there's OAI, or Official Action Indicated. This is more serious, signaling that there are significant violations requiring regulatory action. It's a clear indication that immediate attention and correction are necessary. Finally, I want to highlight the importance of the final approval. This is granted to facilities that meet all US FDA requirements, allowing them to supply products to the US market. Achieving this status confirms that the facility has successfully addressed any issues and complies with the necessary standards. This whole process underscores the importance of continuous compliance and quality assurance in maintaining market access and consumer trust. So, in conclusion, obtaining U.S. FDA certification is one of the most critical international approvals for pharmaceutical manufacturing facilities. It really underscores a company's commitment to quality and compliance on a global scale. The U.S. FDA plays a vital role by ensuring that facilities adhere to strict CGMP standards, which are essential for maintaining product safety and efficacy. Additionally, support from the CDSCO and state FDAs helps ensure that companies stay aligned with national regulatory requirements. It's also important to recognize that proper documentation, robust quality systems, and being prepared for inspections are key components of maintaining compliance. These elements not only help in passing regulatory reviews, but also build trust with international partners. Ultimately, U.S. FDA approval significantly boosts a company's credibility worldwide and opens up broader market opportunities. It's a crucial milestone in advancing global pharmaceutical excellence. Now, let's look at the benefits of U.S. FDA certification, starting with what it means for pharmaceutical companies. Achieving FDA certification opens the door to the U.S. pharmaceutical market, which is one of the largest and most influential globally. This not only helps companies expand their reach, but also boosts their credibility on an international scale, making them more attractive to global partners and customers. It also creates better export opportunities, since many countries recognize FDA standards as a mark of quality and safety. Additionally, the process of obtaining certification often leads to improvements in quality systems within the company, fostering a culture of continuous excellence. Ultimately, this gives companies a real competitive advantage when competing in international markets. Now, on the public health side, FDA compliance plays a critical role. It ensures that medicines meet high-quality standards, which is essential for patient safety worldwide. When pharmaceutical products are produced in line with FDA guidelines, it helps guarantee that patients everywhere receive effective and safe medications. This interconnectedness between regulatory standards and public health underscores the importance of certification, not just for business success, but for the well-being of people around the globe. For further support, please contact us. If you have any questions or need additional information, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help and ensure you feel confident moving forward. Thank you so much for your time and attention today.